If you're really liking the content of my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you could, become a member. Thank you. We're going to take a look at my retro M16A1 build that I kind of put together. Now, if you go, I'll leave a link, if you go to my Rumble channel, I showed how I kind of built this the best I can. It was difficult for me to make that, and I kind of went over each step of installing things. But I can't do that on YouTube, so that's on Rumble. And if you go to the MeWe page of Cobra 49 Refugee Camp, all of them are reposted there if you are a member or into MeWe. So those are the two places where I put this together. Now, as far as the retro guns go, the reason I did this build the way I did, and we'll take a closer look at this here. When I did my 601, I basically put together a 601 lower receiver from H&R that was gray, and then I had to remove, the handguards, the flash suppressor, and I had a bunch of extra parts. Then I went the extra mile and got all the correct bolt catch, safety, rear takedown, and all that other stuff. Cost a pretty penny, but I had all these spare parts. So this one, I went and got the upper receiver and I chose black. Now H&R had the barrels, but the reason I didn't go with gray or whatever, their barrels are phosphate finished anyway. I was looking, I think they were sold out on the 1 in 12s. And again, when you do your build, be aware that both these upper receivers and the barrel extensions come with either just standard feed ramps or with M4 feed ramps. So that's another thing. There were barrels with M4 feed ramps, and I could have got an upper to marry it up, but I didn't want to do that. So I got one with a 1 in 7 twist and a standard barrel extension, and this has the standard M1A upper. I could have got one just like this with M4 feed ramps in it too. Okay, so it's... Now, why did I go with the 1 in 7 inch twist barrel? The reason was, A, was in stock and available, and B, I was curious how this older sight system would work with a more modern 1 in 7 twist barrel. Okay, and if you go out and look, there are, right now I think Atlantic Firearms has Southern Tactical's A1s where they build them on parts kits, and they have a Green Mountain 1 in 9 twist barrel in them. But more on that when I talk about retro rifles together. See, there's all kinds of variations, and if you really, really want to go with an exact as you can get copy of one of these rifles, it will end up costing more. This one here with the parts and everything together was just shy of 1K. Okay, it was in the 9s. Alright, and that's with using up the leftover parts. But I'm kind of happy with it. Even though this does not exactly match up or look like what an M1A1 or M16A1 is supposed to look like, it's kind of close enough. I wasn't going to get nitpicky and get down to all the details like the flash hider and everything else. For all intents and purposes, this is going to be my plug-in for that in the AR line, the M16A1. I do have something I put together that's an A2, and I built that quite a while ago, got a 1-9 twist, so that's going to fit into that. And kind of saved a little money on this so I can venture forth and get a couple other models in here. Alright. And again, you know, if you don't really have the cash or something, scrimping or saving or putting a lower, just a regular lower on there, it doesn't have, like this one does, the markings. Oh, it's cool. Because at the end of the day, when you hold it up like this and just get the basic configuration, the average person, that's all they see. You know, they ain't even going to look at the scroll or anything like that. And they go, wow, that's cool, I like it. You know, so that's up to you. But this one here, I kind of cheated a little. I don't have an exact one, or went as far as I could go like I did with the 601. Okay? So let's take a closer look at this build. So this one does have the A1 style upper door, teardrop forward assist. You see the gray charging handle. I may change that out or something, I'm not quite sure. And this has the full fence like it should. Correct pistol grip. The buttstock doesn't have a trapdoor. So that's another thing someone's going to say, well, you're off. And all the controls here, they didn't have, I guess, the actual one didn't have that indicator there. I have a bunch of leftover parts, so. But I did get the straight delta ring, triangular hand guards, correct front sight, and then I took the 3-prong flash off the other build. I put the duckbill on that, and I put this one on here. I kind of like these flash hiders, even though, you know, people are going to say, well, it should have the birdcage one. But, I like it. Let's take a look at the other side now. Alright. Well, like I said, I have the gray charging handle. I may change it out. I still have the little triangular black one. I may throw that on there, even though it is not correct. But I did go and splurge and get the receiver from H&R. It does say M16A1, which is still cool, you know. And it has safe semi-auto on it, which gives it that air of retroness. And I've also went and got some of the Brownell's 20-round mags, because I had my Colt ones, but I got these to kind of try them out. And like I said, not much different here. I may do a top-mounted sling deal. I bought the kit, and I may experiment with that on this gun, mounting a sling on it. But so far, you know, without getting too crazy or I tried to conserve a little bit of money, because, you know, you can get into the retroness of the piece, but, you know, it starts to hit a price point where tying up a lot of money in this collection of retro guns. Alright, and for those of you that want to see it in full dress, get over here. We see there's no trapdoor on there, but that's what we got. How it looks with the accessories. Original Colt bipod and the bayonet. So there we go. There will be a video of me shooting this. Got several heavier caliber bullets. I'm very curious as to how this will handle it and what the results are. But there you go, guys. My little M16A1 retro clone. It fits a spot in my collection. Alright. Stay tuned.